Hey, howdy. As we know, we're at week 16, which is the end of the Scout Manhunt missions and also introduces the climax mission, which can be done. And when you do it, you can do it in any of the open world difficulties, but you can also do the new master mode. If you do the master mode, you get this fancy little chess piece right here that I got on. Which I can show you real quick just for the heck of it. It is called Provocator. It's all blues, but it has armor regen and Hasbro. The talent is 25% damage resistance from enemies within 20 meters. It is pretty effective. Been playing with it and with a few different builds just to try out some different ways of utilizing it. And today what I want to talk to you is not long ago, posted a video about a build lots of folks use, which is a PFE build. This works great on legendaries, where there's pretty much all elites. Purples and reds can shred you. So like End of Tidal Basin, for example, is like all on legendaries, all elites. Everything's elite. So you're pretty much just a walking tank that it's pretty hard to down you, and you can do decent damage, but you can keep your team up while they're shredding everything. So let's say you want to go get that chest and you want to get through master mode. This build that I've showed before is great to use. And the reason being is they are all elites. You could go solo this on master mode. It'll take a while because there are a lot of ads, a lot of NPCs to deal with, but this will work. And we'll do a quick demo of it. When you do get the chest piece, when you finish it and you pat yourself on the back, you can switch, whoops, that's not it. You can switch his build up just a little bit. And where do I have? Oh, yes. So keeping most of the same pieces, but swapping out the Catharsis mask so I can have the chest. And then these pieces just kind of switched around. So I get Adrenaline Rush here. What I found is this 25% damage reduction is really pretty cool in that the Adrenaline Rush stacks are more potent. So it says when you're within 10 meters of an enemy, you gain 20% bonus armor for 5 seconds, stacks up to 3 times with a 5-second cooldown. So that bonus armor sticks around for 5 seconds, as long as nothing eats it away. That's the same as your cooldown period, and it stacks again. This is also running close to 2 million on armor. So again, going back to that, right, you're getting 20% bonus armor, stacks up to 3 times, so that could be 60%. Granted, if 3 of them are all close to you within 10 meters, you'll get that stack rapidly, and then it'll decay, or if you come across them, it'll keep stacking. Difference being, and we'll show this in some gameplay, is through here, you'll find that it seems like your Adrenaline Rush holds up a little bit longer because the damage reduction here seems to, I know it's called damage resistance. I don't truly know what that means. It doesn't mean that, like, I think it just reduces how much damage you might take, but you do have this Hasbro on here, and you have some armor regen, which is nice. When you look at the original PFE build, you're using similarly Adrenaline Rush, same thing, 20% bonus armor, 5 seconds, but I don't really have anything reducing the damage. I do have Intimidate, which lets me put out some more weapon damage, so that's one thing you will lose. So you get that added weapon damage here, and you get added weapon damage from Catharsis. But when you use the new chess piece, what you'll find is, well, you're not going to get the extra weapon damage. You're not going to get that cloud that removes status. But I found that didn't really matter in running through this. But since the goal here is you're just trying to get this chess piece because you haven't gotten it yet, maybe you haven't run with the right group, or you failed a few times. It's no big deal, right? That's part of the challenge of this master mode. This PFE build that I showed before gets lots of usage out there. We'll get you through it, and we'll kind of show that in real time here. I'm not going to run the entire mission because it's going to just be too long, but let's at least go through the open area. Plus, if you haven't run it yet, you can get an idea of some of the challenges. It's possible there's some couple reds and purples in the opening, but everything else is all elites. So this is already set on master mode. Rewards you can see is the Provocator. You get that as your reward for doing this on master mode. Heroic's pretty cool too. Oh, look at this. Looks like it's giving it all the way across now. Wait. Interesting. Yesterday when I did this, the reward for Provocator didn't happen until master mode. But maybe now that I've got it, that's why they're doing this. If you want to get familiarity with this mission first, you could always do this on a lower level. But we're just assuming you've already run it, and now you're ready to step up into master mode. So there's extra rounds in there. We're in my Valentine's Day gear, because why not? And let's go in. So you have a couple turrets that are going to hit you a bit. So you can see these are all yellows as is. I forgot to check my modifiers, but that's okay. You're going to have pretty much just NPCs coming out everywhere. They're like ants. And if you've already been through this even on Heroic, you're probably pretty aware of that. Look at all these rushers. But see, you can, just running this build, you can see how those adrenaline rush stacks work. They just stick around as long as I'm here. But, you know, as these guys start hitting me, I'll start taking more and more damage. I got a car that wants me. Burn these people. They're not really people as much as they are. The reload time's a little slow. Let's make sure these are okay. Can't see them anyways. I'm sure somebody will shoot me in the process, but I'm okay with that. You can do this without modifiers as well. Modifiers are not necessary. Just creates more of a challenge. All right, so while we're doing this, you got to look for these boxes. There's 6 of them. You never know which ones are really going to be the ones that are open. So you only have 3 of them you got to go hit. And you can see like that one's closed. You can see these turrets are... It's funny is the turrets fire at the NPCs as well. So if you are doing this solo, just try and run around and find the boxes on your own. See, here's another one. That one's done. Bad guys will come out this door here. See, they come out of that sewer. They just come out everywhere. And I'm drunk. Keep running around. That sniper looks preoccupied, so that's cool. Oh, this weather could be... Oh, here's the last one. See, these are pretty quick. Alright. So those are all done, but now I still got to kill everything. But just like at the end of Tidal Basin, I can just take the abuse. It doesn't help that they have special ammo, which is really fire rounds when you're up close. So you do burn a bit, which is why it's nice to have either catharsis or that chest piece. But just keep an eye on like how you gotta watch these medics; they'll pick everybody up. But you can see the adrenaline rush is helping me out. See how you can take a bunch of damage if they really hit you. Oof, that's not good. I'm taking a beating right now. I'll keep my shield up for a minute. I feel like there's a non-yellow around here for my armor to show. Oh yeah, you see that purple back there? That's who was ripping me to shreds. So again, this is the only area that I know of where there's like purples. And maybe a red. Oh, there's more coming out of the ground. We'll clear this with this build, and then I'll show you the other one for what life's like after getting the chest piece. Ugh. This is definitely a slow way to do it, but it's effective. Ah, I see there's another purple. You're not the purple, though.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
I think that purple got picked up by a medic. It's like they just keep coming. But that's what I like about this. Master mode creates some added challenges. One is that they're not that hard. These are just heroic, essentially, level NPCs. They're not that hard to kill, necessarily. I mean, running these modifiers right now makes it a little bit harder. Because when they have the added armor and you don't have the right range, it's a problem. I'm tired of them shooting some cars at me. Got no time for you, sniper. Yeah, if you did this without modifiers on, obviously you're not going to deal with all this fire ammo hitting you and things of that nature. Another sniper. If you're running this in a group, or even, I mean, I ran through this on heroic solo using like a pesty build, and it worked pretty great. Oh no. How embarrassing. As I always tell the bad guys, never turn your back when you got a shield up. And that's why. It's also why it's important to stay close to your enemies with this build. If you can create too much space between you and them, you don't get the bonus armor. Oh, they're coming out this door again. And if you can't get that adrenaline rush to proc, then you're just dealing with whatever armor you have, and depending on your armor regen or with the catharsis, that healing cloud to come out, and I see it's purple. He was probably the one that caused me to... I feel like there's a medic, just because it's a lot of purple action. I keep saying that, and I find no medic. Oh. Time for you to die. Alright, they're down. Yeah. There's one more of these guys left after this. Don't hit me. Oh yeah? Want to try it again? What is he doing? That was a little glitchy glitch. Yeah, so this is master mode for the most part. You have puzzles all the way through, but there's already a ton of videos on how to complete master mode, so mostly what I want to do is show you the changes in this build once you complete this. So now that we've done that, let's change up the build real quick. So now you've finished master mode. Oh, don't put me there. It's annoying. You feel accomplished. You got your chest piece. You maximized everything. It's all optimized. Maybe through 12 levels of expertise on it because you applied a bunch of resources to it, which I strongly recommend. That way you'll get more armor. All right, that'll reset that mission. And here we are. So we'll walk back to this again. So essentially, very similar build to the last one. The thing to watch out for here is, I think I mentioned at the very beginning, is that even though you still have a Badger Tough to give you 10% shotgun damage, you are losing out on the Intimidate that you had from the chest piece before, which was only good when you had bonus armor anyways, so it's very limited what you lost. But the Catharsis Mask gives you, the more damage you take, the more damage you put out until it drops the Healing Cloud, plus that Healing Cloud would help speed up your healing, as you saw in what we just ran through, which was helped save me a few times because you can just kind of stand in it and it gives you back a bunch of armor. Since here what we're reliant on is my Bellstone with 1% armor regen, and then 4,900 armor regen here. Take a look at stats. We can take a look at the different guns. We can go down to armor. So there's our armor regen as a whole, 24,000. Again, not the greatest, but for 1.9 million armor, my armor level didn't change. These are all 12s. Although I think I have my Catharsis up to like a 20 now. But otherwise, everything about this build's the same. So enough rambling on that. We're going to go back and do the same mission. Oh, I have no ammo. Yeah, we'll figure it out. You see this box is closed this time. So again, there's six of these boxes. One there. Here's one. Alright, so once again I got these 3 yahoos coming after me. But look at that adrenaline rush stack. Because I'm taking reduced damage, I have more max armor sticking around longer, even though I took damage because it reduced it. So those stacks just kind of hang out. I mean, they still are time dependent. There's the next box. And the last one. See, I'm not close enough to her. Come here. You can see I'm taking a beating while I'm just running around here. But then I've got all these stacks just keep, and more come closer to me, I get more stacks. I mean, we all know how Adrenaline Rush works. It's just sometimes on your builds you don't see the impact of a reduction in damage, what that can mean for you in terms of the longevity of it. Because any damage you do take is going to get eaten up by that bonus armor over your regular armor. So meanwhile, your armor regen's able to do what it's got to do. I got a purple nearby somewhere. I'm stuck. Could use some ammo. Now this isn't perfect because I have found myself in a few situations where I needed med kits. I feel like I see a red. I feel like I can't see anything. Get away from me. You can see my damage is far reduced too. Like I'm only doing, well, I guess it's not the worst, but it's definitely not the best. back into your hole. Oops, that's not a good time to lose my shield. So it's kind of the same thing, you just keep moving around. I mean, really your strategy is not any different than what it was before. It's just a matter of like giving you something else you can try, a different build, especially as you get the piece. But here, like I'm taking a bunch of damage right now. Even look at my shields even hanging in there a little bit longer. But look how much armor I just built back up while I was just getting hammered. Uh-oh, I see medic. Oh, boy. You're not who I'm looking for. Well, neither are you, but you're purple, so you should go away. I would appreciate not being punched, ladies. At least I know where the medic is now. Look at all that bonus armor just sticking around. That reduction in damage is just so awesome. Big difference from what you were seeing on the other build where they would cut right through some of this stuff quickly. Get off of that box. Wasting all my ammo. I have seen these guys run out of here too. And then they're just like, surprise, I'm gonna come back in. How about this? Almost done. Oh, pesky medic. See, like, where's this guy going? Back in here. Nobody said you could leave. Will Moss.
You had enough?
Nope. Have you? Boom.
You know, Manny told me to stay put. I
So,
had to
same
move.
result.
Locks the doors to slow down the hyenas. You'll have to find a way to unlock
Build
them.
works pretty good. I'll tell you that the chess piece is great, and you can run it on some other things too. Like you could. I was playing around with this thing with some PFE. I don't think I'll survive in here if I try this, but we can try it. Of course, I need to find myself some more 13% protection from elites. So, gotta check the loot. This might not be as impressive. We'll see what happens. Chances are I'm gonna die.
Agent approaching the safe house.
Just a heads up. I didn't have much time to set up that turret. There might be some technical issues. Sorry about that.
Please don't shoot me. I just said please don't shoot me. Nope. Stay close. That's gonna burn me to death.
Agent down.
Not cool.
Vital signs critical.
Alright, the turret's out of the way. Here's where I die.
Agent deceased.
So I got a little cowboy there. But it does work. It works really great in the open world, I will tell you that much.
Glasses. Agent approaching
I might
the
not
safe
be
house.
quite as good here. I can also show you what I
I
used
didn't have much time to set up that turret. There might be
if
some
you're just
technical
looking
issues.
for
Sorry about that.
something that's helpful. If you use a pesty build like this, where you can get a good tick going. I know this has nothing to do with the chess piece, and that was the goal, but
Just a heads up. I didn't have much time to set up that turret. There might be some technical issues. Sorry about that.
on the last box.
Immediate medical assistance needed. Serious trauma detected.
What? How did that guy get back up?
Agent
Alright, well,
signs
that wasn't very
zero.
impressive, folks. Anyways, point of this video was really to show the PFE builds, but I figured I'd kind of cowboy it up.
Glasses. Agent approaching the safe house.
So let me just reset this,
I didn't have much time to set up that turret. There might be some
just
technical
so it
issues.
doesn't bother
Sorry
me.
about that.
Yeah, so we'll just once again take a look at the two builds from a comparison standpoint, and then send you on your way. And for both of these builds, the good news is you have interchangeability of pieces for a lot of it, so it does depend the way that you build these out. So the original build that I showed right at the backpack was Badger Tough.
Clan member in need of backup. Vehicle.
Oh, uh-oh. Theo Parnell. Oh, boy. I'll help him in a minute. So the Badger Tough backpack and the Bellstone chest with a catharsis mask, but these three still stayed the same, the improvised gear. These are all PFE mods, because since those are yellows, those PFE mods help all the way around. If you look at the stats, you can take a look at weapon damage is claimed 724 on the catharsis mask. This one's easily 77. I have, oops, yeah. Uh-oh. So a 50% crit hit chance, 105 crit hit damage, which is really awesome. I have same armor regen as I showed on the other build because the catharsis mask has armor regen. I do get a little bit boost to health, I think. And then I have my 80% protection from elites because that's the max. But then I only have 10% on the resistance things because this has incoming repairs, which helps when the healing cloud falls. But again, you get the damage. Go back down one last time. Take a look at with the mask. Stats are same weapon damage as the base. Still a 50% crit hit chance, 50% crit hit damage. So that's definitely what we want to see. We have same health max, same armor regen, 80% protection from elites. But because of the hazard protection, we've gone up on the chest. We go up 10%. So we were just 10% on these. So 20% Hasbro, bleed, blind, burn, disorient, disrupt, ensnare. All of those. You don't get the explosive resistance because I guess that's not a hazard for some reason. Explosives are not a hazard these days. But still, it makes an impact and helps keep you alive. And then whatever 28% damage resistance really amounts to, but those are all within 20 meters. So that's a pretty big range, especially when you think of like the DPS type builds with the current season modifiers are really for things doing damage within and beyond 20 meters. So 20 meters is pretty big distance. And then when you have this adrenaline rush proccing for folks within 10 meters, that's, it's good because even those further away guys are doing a little bit less damage to you. But again, I have the PFEs all the way around. I ramped this up to a 12. Good to go. Try it out. I mean, if you have the ability to do both builds, cool. If, I did do title legendary final stage with this build yesterday because I wanted to see how this held up compared to the other one, and I did just fine. I did go through 2 med kits, but the 2 teammates I was with went down. One of them went down a number of times. I gave him a hard time. He was just a little too spongy or a little too brittle, I guess, of his build. The other, if they both went down, then all the NPCs came after me. And this really held its own, but out of an abundance of safety, I used 2 med kits just to get us through it and not have to potentially deal with a wipe. But I probably didn't need to in the end. It's getting used to that playstyle because catharsis, I could always count on that mask dropping a cloud and giving me a quick little heal if I took some extra damage. You don't get that here. You're fully reliant on the armor regen and no extra boost of that. However, as you saw, this reduced damage and NPCs being around you, you see these stacks fully hit. And not get eroded so quickly like you do without the chest piece. Without the chest piece, you'll get the same bonus armor, but you might see it chip away faster as you're getting hit from bullets and everything else because you just don't have that protection. And although it doesn't say that it protects your shield, I feel like the shield takes less damage too. Along with it, it could just be my perception, but it certainly feels like it. So try it out. Let me know what you think. Happy hunting and good luck with Master Mode. Feel free if you're on PSN to hit me up. Failed Ash Cakes. Always happy to help folks out on legendaries and anything else. Take it easy. Be well.